Hey Tay, what are we doing?
So we're here at the shipping container house, and we're going to show you a couple of the updates we've done over the last couple of weeks. So right here we have a sample piece of our concrete that we're going to do in the concrete countertops in the kitchen. You're going to decide to go with the flip over method. You can either go with pour in place concrete countertops, or you can build a mold and then flip them over. We were actually much more pleased with the flip over method because it's a lot smoother and the shape works out a little bit better for us. This has got a lot of paint all over it from me painting the cabinets, but as you can see, it's much smoother than our first version we did in the bathroom. So going inside the house here, you can see our new kitchen that we've got.
Okay.
So spent a lot of time painting the kitchens and doing a lot of detail work in here. Doing the trim, went over all the cabinets with a very fine oil-based paint from Sherwin-Williams to give it a much more durable finish. Custom built a shelf over here in the corner. Trimmed it all out, and this is an area for Sarah to display her robot watercolor pictures that she loves so dearly. Vent hood, we've raised it up about 6-8 inches. It used to be down here. We've raised it up because we were having issues with hitting our head on it while we were cooking at the stove. So we brought it all the way up to the ceiling as high as it will go.
The benefits of both being 6 feet tall.
Yep. And then crown molding throughout the kitchen. That's been painted and caulked. Light fixtures we need to get worked out a little bit better. Ended up building a beam across the transition point between the two containers and insulated in between that because we were having heat issues from the sun shining on the roof and then radiating heat. We also did the same thing in the living room, which you'll see here in a few minutes. Islands painted. We have decided that we're going to do a wooden countertop on top of the island and then maybe go over it with an epoxy resin. We don't know if we're going to do butcher block style or pine or red oak or something along those lines, but we've decided we want to do that to keep this light because we want to keep it on wheels so that we can move the island around throughout the house and out in case we need to service our appliances or anything of that nature. We found it to be very convenient to be able to move this. But concrete countertops are going to go all the way outside the outside perimeter here. Drawers are going to have get the hardware changed out to be soft close, and then I just need to add the knobs onto the counters or the.
Show me the barn doors in the pantry.
Okay, so the pantry, we're going to have barn doors throughout with our custom our wood doors that we found in the Habitat for Humanity. I built them on a track slider. These track sliders, I built these for about $15 to $20 a piece, just out of steel and garage door rollers that I bought from Lowe's. I've got some more ordered to bring down the price even more because I ordered them on bulk online. And as soon as those get there, that's going to be what we do throughout the rest of the house. I do have 2 more that I've set up on these bedrooms in here as well. But we've been extremely pleased with the way those have turned out because they are working very well.
This wall right here, this color, this is what we are going to go with on the metal wall.
Yeah, the metal wall that's in the dining room area right here, we're going to go with this kind of earthy green color to brighten up the area as well.
So, and it's going to be just our one accent wall. Everything else is kind of like an off-white. We also have the crown molding and everything up here as well. The kitchen crown molding and the home crown molding, it's the same throughout.
Okay. The smallest bedroom in here, we've got the floor redone in it. Went over this first container that we're in right now has a different type of wood in it than the other 3 containers, and we were having a lot of issues with sanding down this container. It was splintering a lot worse and it had a lot more damage to it from loading things in with the forklift, whatever the shipping company was doing with it. And so this room right here, we were able to sand it down pretty smoothly, and we just went over it with polyurethane, and it turned out to be this beautiful red kind of fireburst pattern. And Sarah doesn't particularly like it too much. She thinks it's a little bit too rustic for her, but I kind of like it. So this is acting as our bedroom temporarily right now until we're able to make it into a nursery or office or something. Built a box around all the air conditioning ductwork throughout the house in the rooms that we're working with, and did crown molding. So kind of hide some of the utilities a lot better. Of course, we'll have a different light fixture in here at some point, and then we need to do the baseboards around the bottom as well.
Okay.
Moving into my office over here, notice again we've got the sliding doors. We've built the wall out towards around the air conditioning unit inside here to kind of cover it up. Still need to add a door on the back side of it here so we can service the air conditioner and have a little storage area in there. But moving into here, sliding door. This was my first sliding door attempt, and it turned out extremely beautiful and well. So we're going to also seal these doors or stain them. We haven't decided yet. We're going to play with a couple of them outside and see what color we like and what kind of stain and finish we like. So in here in this room, This room had the most damage as far as the floor, because the doors to the containers are on this end over here, and where they were loading things in with a forklift and they gouged out the floor, it had a lot of splintering and damage to it. So what I actually did in this room is I went over with some Bondo epoxy, got it as smooth as I could, sanded it down, and then painted the whole floor in here. And we're okay with this paint so far. I haven't really put it to the test as far as scratch resistant and things of that nature, but it looks pretty decent as of right now. Crown molding and a ventilation box above it as well. But my desk and everything's going to be in here. This will be my primary workstation for when I'm at home.
Eventually, Taylor will turn this into like a loft bed with a desk underneath it, and this is going to be a slate blue accent wall.
Yeah.
Everything else will be white.
Okay. Moving into the living room area, you'll notice the crown molding and the boxes I built around the transition points of the containers. Again, we were having issues with heat coming down from the roof where the sun's hitting it, and it was radiating down through the support beam that was coming down. So I actually covered the whole thing over in some insulation, built a box around it, and did crown molding around it. And it actually looks very good like this. We think it'll turn out looking pretty good. Eventually, we may cover this over with like faux beam or some kind of fancy wood of some kind, just to make it a little more decorative at some point. We'll have 2 ceiling fans in here that are flush mounted real close up against the ceiling for ventilation at some point as soon as I find a good deal on them. We went over the floors and these two containers over here. This is one pass over with a drum sander with 100 grit sandpaper, and that's pretty much all I did to these floors in here. Went over one pass with the sandpaper and then just plain polyurethane over the top of it.
Semi-gloss, correct?
Sorry, semi-gloss polyurethane over the top of it. Two coats. I let it dry and then did another thick coat over it. And it turned out, I think the color's beautiful on it. The color's a little bit darker on this container as it is with that container, which would be expected to not match because it's, you know, different wood. They were manufactured at different times.
But the way that our furniture works out, you really don't even notice it at all.
Sure, and it turned out very, very pretty. Have the couch in place now, so Sarah has somewhere she can hang out while I'm gone and just feel a little bit more like home in here. A little bit of art on the walls, and
it has made all the difference in the world. Like before, it felt like a construction zone, and it really does bring it all together, and it feels like a home.
Yeah, so we have somewhere to sit and just hang out now. Still need to do some doors over the bathroom and 2 bedrooms.
Here's Shere Khan.
Put vents on. Yeah, Shere Khan is back with us today, guarding the house right now. Vent boxes in. Our cell phone signal booster, our WeBoost 4GX cell phone signal booster is working fantastic. It is our source of internet out here. Otherwise, without that thing, we have no cell phone signal, no internet service, and we'll upload this video through that
quick
service.
too. Like the internet is faster than anything that we.
Yeah, our internet out here through the 4G with the cell phone signal booster was faster than my cable internet in Dallas. So back bedroom back here still needs to have a bunch of work done, but we just made it into a storage area for right now. I'll work on that in my leisure time between going to school. I start back to school in like 2 weeks, and I'm going to be going full time in my last semester of graduate school. Yes, can't wait to finish.
And I actually started a new job on September 1st, so we're rushing to get it done.
Sarah's actually going to be working at our alma mater and be doing admissions counseling and recruiting, and
So,
she's super excited about that.
it'll be really
We're
cool.
both excited about it. Bathroom in here, concrete countertop's been smoothed over and gone over with the sealant. We still need to put our large mirror up, do some painting, do some trim work in here as well. Backsplash behind the shower. And then also, as I've said before, there's going to be a countertop over the washer and dryer once we get some front loader washer and dryer. We're going to go with a gas dryer.
And we need one more layer on the concrete.
Yep. So this is the steel on the end of the container that I've gone over. I polished this with just a bristle brush and then went over with some polyurethane. That's okay. I think it looks like it might be rusting underneath the polyurethane. I don't know how that's happening. But I'm going to go over it with another layer of polyurethane through this whole room here to kind of shine it up, because it's been dirty with us doing concrete work and going in and out and everything. But so far, that's our updates right now. There'll be more to come. There's lots of more work to be done, especially in the rooms that we didn't show you today, because I haven't really even started on them hardly, other than just doing utility work. So thank you for watching. We'll have another video shortly.
Thanks. Bye.